Hello students, Dr. Amit Lall once again this side. Getting lot many messages and calls on daily basis, rather hourly basis, on one simple question: how to revise or how to plan my revision for NEET-MDS 2024 exam. Approximate number of days you have, if at all, like the exam is in Feb end or March, is 125 plus days. It's somewhere around 135, 136. So I'm taking like on a very buffer scale of 125 days, that is 4 months you have for your NEET-MDS exam. Let us cut all the things aside and come back to this dilemma of how to start, when to start, how to do a revision, when to do a revision, what exactly the revision means, and what all is required in these last 4 months. So recording this video only for you, taking into account every sort of a student at this stage of preparation. One who has done the syllabus, just started with the revision. One who has done the syllabus and even has completed some part of the revision. Or some students, rather many, still yet to complete the syllabus, and then they will plan their revision. So rather than struggling, listening, thinking, making stupid plans, I would say, just follow this timeline. Cut. So rather than getting confused by listening to so many people all around you, just try listening to this one, get focused, and try find yourself fit into a situation which I am going to discuss now. I have divided this session into multiple questions which I am getting on daily basis. Okay, I'll start with each one of them, and I hope it will answer queries of most of the serious MDS aspirants. So first question which comes is number of hours per day. This is a tricky, but yes, the question has to be answered if put forth by any student. Number of hours, the best answer I would say is more the merrier. But yes, if you are into a revision phase, or even if you are yet to finish off your syllabus and enter the revision module, you need to increase your hours. How you do it, it's up to you, how you plan it. You can take out time if you are doing internship, take out time during the college hours, sleep after the college, study for 4 to 5 hours for sure. And this also includes the classes which you are attending, even at like our app or any other institute which you have joined. Don't take the class time as not the study time. See, if you are attending a class of 3 to 4 hours, like in Arts Institute, today also you have a 4 hour class. This is something like at least 8 hours of your own study time. So you are saving 4 hours in that aspect. Okay. What I am telling you is minimum number of hours from today should be 8 to 10. That is 8 to 10 hours per day. If you are an intern, I know it is next to impossible to achieve this, but yes, you can stretch your 4 to 5 to 6 to 8 now. Start reading more and more things, start revising your register in college, start solving the questions in college, start utilizing finding time in college of your preparation. Plus, come back, relax for say 1 hour or something, devote hours in the evening, sit up to late, say 10, 11, and go to sleep so that you wake up early in the morning around 6, 6:30 again. Before college, if possible, study for 1 more hour, if possible. I know it's demanding too much, but you have to compete with the students who are going to sit back at home and study whole day long. The NEET will not respect that you are doing your internship. And yes, the trends in 2022-23, maximum rankers have come forward from the freshers, not from those who are sitting back home. I'm sorry, all those who are going to appear again in 24, all those who appear in 23 and appearing in 24 again, it's an alarm or challenge put forth by these interns for you. So if you are sitting at home all day and studying, you need to come to this level minimum. Rather, I would say extend to 10 to 12 hours per day. No point wasting your time in social media, watching unnecessary videos, watching video of random topics, watching videos which are freely available in 10, 20 apps just to make you happy. Rather, I would say every app has got free content just to make students happy, even ours. Like, it's no, you can say rocket science in that. You all know that. You are grown up to understand the logic of free content. Okay, it's just to make you feel like spend more hours on the app, nothing else. A serious student is one who is stick to his own course, who is stick to his own curriculum, and ultimately taking advantage of the course he or she has joined. Okay, have trust in your institute. I'm not saying only ours, whatever institute you have joined, have trust in your teachers, have trust in your mentors, and make sure you end up scoring a good score and a good rank. So number of hours, 8 to 10 should be the average. 10 to 12 is a golden figure. If you touch it, you are going to make a difference for yourself in the exam. Now this is something like we call it as a daily average. At times there might be a day when you are studying only 6 hours or 4 hours, compensate on the next day or maybe day after. So weekly average is like this. It's not daily, it's weekly average. Okay, it cannot be daily. It can be an average of daily, but you calculate on weekly basis. Okay, so if you do this, you are on a right track, studying and devoting time nicely. Now these hours are to be devoted into two aspects. One is building up your theory of the subject, and second is solving MCQs, which we will see in the next question. Number of subjects to be completed. The answer is one and only, that is all 19 subjects. If you are leaving any subject or planning to leave any subject, I bet you on this, you may not enter into government ranking pool at all. See, in India, if you are supposed to get a government seat in NEET-MDS, you need to have a rank less than 600 for sure, like based on this year pattern of counseling. If you are not well versed with 19 subjects on the day of exam, I am sure in India there will be at least 600 odd students who will be there with all 19 subjects ready with them on the day of exam. So they are going to outcast you, they are going to beat you very, like the moment they enter the exam hall, they make sure they are ahead of you, which you don't want. So just for the sake of relativity, or you say because others are going to complete the syllabus nicely, you also need to complete the syllabus nicely at least once. So even if, like, I know many students have left subjects till today, till now, that is 16th of October, you are not versed with say pharmac or medicine or anatomy or prosto or ortho, whatever, like everybody has their own weaklings. Okay, so if you have not touched these subjects, make sure you do it in next 1 or 2 months. Finish off by November end anyhow. Whatever backlog you have, finish off by November end, worst mid of December, so that you have ample time of revision after that. Don't make a mistake of sleeping over a dead subject every day till the last day of your preparation and the exam is tomorrow. Don't do that mistake. I'm telling you from my 17 years of experience of teaching MDS aspirants, producing thousands of rankers every, like in those 17 years. I'm telling you on face, this is what is going to be the biggest game changer. Out of 28 to 29,000 students who appear in NEET, I am very sure not more than 2,000 or 3,000 are going to the exam hall with all 19 subjects done nicely. And the competition revolves only around them for the government seat. Rest all are struggling with say one subject, two subjects, three subjects, five subjects, or maybe more. And you don't want to be sitting on that bench of life that you could have completed the syllabus, but you ignored it. So number one thing of your preparation in next 1 2 months max, like by 15th of December, make a promise to yourself. You know very well which all subjects you haven't touched yet. Make use of your videos available on the app. You have recordings of live classes on our app. You have recordings of topic wise videos. Take time, sit in the morning, start finishing off those backlogs. Start finishing off video one by one. It's hardly 1 week you will finish, like you will take to finish off 1 or 2 subjects. Finish off means watch the video, understand the content, and make notes. If you're struggling with notes, you have the toppers notes available. You can easily take advantage of that. But do finish off the syllabus. You have to do it. You cannot escape from this if you are preparing for a government seat. Right? Now, next question comes, what all in a subject? If I am telling you all 19 subjects की पढ़ाई करनी है, तो वो all 19 subjects में क्या पढ़ना है? What exactly you need to study in those 19 subjects? See, every subject has core concepts. You cannot escape that. They have to be done. Like biochemistry, I am teaching you guys, there is concept of anabolic pathway, catabolic pathway. There is a concept of insulin, glucagon. There is concept of fed state, fasting state. There is a concept of glycolysis, concept of inhibitors, concept of enzymes, concept of amino acids, concepts in molecular biology. Every chapter has some 1 or 2 core concepts. You cannot ignore that. Lipids, lipoprotein, how lipoproteins of exogenous fats and endogenous fats are transported in the body. You know each and every word based on the concept you remember. That's what you remember in the exam. You don't remember each and every value, you cram. So core concepts have to be done. Then you have to toggle around all the chapters. Every subject has a list of chapters. When you see the contents of the textbook, every chapter has got important topics. Like if we talk about the cyst of odontogenic origin, there are so many cysts, but you know OKC, dentigerous, radicular, very, very, very important. You cannot ignore these 3 cysts. Plus there are many more. But yes, these 3 are like something, it is indispensable. Like you cannot think of leaving any word of these topics. So these important topics have to be read in full. Okay, full means full depth. You cannot ignore that. Then comes the less important topics you should be aware of. This is how one subject is being completed. And last part of being completing a subject is whatever you study, whatever, like today you study odontogenic cyst, you have to solve MCQs pertaining to odontogenic cyst either from your app source or from your MCQ guides. Solve some questions, solve say 10 questions, 50 questions, 100 questions. That will give you confidence of whatever theory you have read. Reading and not solving questions will make you mad, and you will start forgetting things. The moment you solve questions based on whatever you have read, the confidence changes totally. It's like 180-degree turn on that, right? So this is what we mean by completing a subject, what all in a subject. And last nail in the coffin, when anybody says I have done one subject nicely, try solving, not try, you have to must do, solve all MCQs of past papers, okay, of past papers of that particular subject. 2001 to 2023 past papers are available on our app PDS to MDS. Download it, take advantage of it. You can download, you can take prints, and you can easily solve them. Okay. So if you say, like today somebody says I have done dental materials, my challenge to you is solve 23 years of past papers of DM. Hardly one paper will have 10 to 15 questions. It means not more than 300 to 400 MCQs of DM. If you are able to solve past papers, you are a champion for next year as well. Next paper means 24 paper. If you are struggling in past papers, you are going to struggle for sure. I'm sorry, but in 2024. So don't mess up your life by not solving past paper. I still remember, like during my preparation days, 2005-6, the coaching I was taking care of, like the only one available in Delhi that time, I cannot name. never told us the value of past papers. Never, actually. Like, we used to cram 2-3 years last year's past papers, and just 2 days before exam. And when I was cramming, and next year when I was sitting in the exam hall in 2006, I was shocked. There were 40-50 questions straight away from that. See, past papers are not just a question bank. It is what exactly has happened in the NEET or All India PG few years back or last year. That was the actual paper what your seniors have attempted it. So if you are able to solve it nicely, you are able to solve next year as well. Forget about MCQ guides. Rather, I would say, even if you don't solve your MCQ guides to that level, but you are master of past papers, you can do wonders in the exam, right? So next part is how many MCQs per subject or per day. See, the answer is very simple, more the merrier. But yes, in a day you have a limit. You cannot just keep on solving 1,000, 2,000, 4,000 questions on a particular subject and ignore your other subjects, right? So there has to be some plan. But for that plan, first thing you have to understand is you have to solve the questions, solve the MCQs, not cram them. Make sure you don't just cram the MCQs. That is going to be the biggest mistake to yourself for this MDS entrance preparation. Don't do this blunder. It is going to lead to a road which leads to nowhere actually. Gone are those days when paper used to be totally repeated. Now it is more of application of concepts, which is you all know once you go through the past papers. Talking about number of questions per subject, say around, on an average, when we are solving questions at home, either in MCQ guides or any book, or you can say app or laptop, the average speed is 80 to 100 MCQs per hour. This is average, okay? Plus minus 10% is always there. So in basically 2 hours, you will be able to solve 150 to 200 questions very easily, right? So when you're dividing your time, make sure half of the day you are reading the theory, half of the day you are reading the MCQs. But it's not a rat race to solve more MCQs per day and remember nothing out of it. The reason here is to make sure like you become ready for the NEET. You are not supposed to be master of your MCQ guide. That is the biggest mistake what many MDS aspirants tend to do. Nobody is asking you to become master of your app, master of your MCQ guide. What we want is you to get a government seat by scoring very good in your NEET exam. So whatever questions you are solving, whatever question bank you are solving from the book, from the app, do it in the batches of 100 or 200. When you are doing in the batches of say 200, say you are finishing in 2.5 hours. Next thing is identify the number of errors in that. Say around 40 to 50 questions you did it wrong today. Now next thing, a statement I use very often with my students is, they know, don't sleep over your mistakes after this. If you know you have made 40-50 mistakes, next thing is to identify the topics from where these questions were asked and make sure these topics are known to you, read by you, are there in your notes. Even if you have to add 1 or 2 points to your notes after this, please do add at this stage. Exam is not going to happen tomorrow. Still you have 4 months plus on an average for the NEET exam. So don't sleep over your mistakes. Remember this line. Whatever mistakes in MCQs you have done today, make sure they are sorted out tonight only. Okay, read the theory of that, then start the next question bank. So even if you are able to solve 300 to 400 MCQs per day with correction of your doubts, correction of your mistakes, you are on a very, very good track. I would say even if you solve 200 to 50 questions in a day, but you are not making mistakes out of it, or you are covering up your mistakes by reading more theory of it, you are going to be a champion in the exam. Plus, you all know we are adding up 40 to 50 questions daily in your daily live quiz at 10:30 p.m. on the app. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is your medical subject. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday is your dental subject. Okay, so already like there is a provision in the app to cover up some questions Very vital questions. Last part of this is PYQs. Past year questions, past papers, whatever you call. You know the app already has 2001 to 2023 past year papers. You can download, print, keep on solving. Once you declare that you are done with the subject, say today somebody says like I am done with DM, I am done with endo, I am done with prosto. Next important task is to solve all the questions of DM, prosto, endo from the PYQs, from the past papers. If you are not able to solve past papers at this stage, I'm sorry to say, but you will face a hard time in the NEET 2024 as well. Papers are not 100% reproduced, but yes, the topics from where these questions are being asked are reproduced year after year without deficiency in that. So you have to be master of your past papers. Not even a single question, if repeated from PYQs, should be left and should be wrong in your 24 exam. That is what makes you compatible, ready for 2024. Any student who has not done this is going to face a real tough time in the paper. Any student who is very well versed with this is already a government ranker in my opinion. That's much how I believe. Does not mean you just cram, you solve it after completing the syllabus. That is the moral of the story, right? Next we come to the golden question. Every hour I am getting a message, every hour I am getting a call on this. How to do revision, or how many revisions to be done, or what revision actually means at this stage for me. I've been listening to some videos here and there of different courses of dental, medical, IAS, IIT and all that, listening to some fancy strategies also. But yes, there is a simple rule. You have to, first thing is you have to revise. You have to do revisions, a lot of revisions. How many revisions? It can be one revision, can be two, can be three, can be four, can be five, or maybe more, depending upon the timelines you are at, how much like early you have finished off syllabus, how nicely you have finished off syllabus, and how nicely your first revision goes by. First revision is very, very critical because it is going to define almost everything for you. It is going to be a mirror face of your preparation, what you have done in last say 6 months or 10 months or maybe more. So focus on your first revision, which should be along with the subject. When you are reading a subject from now on, say all those who are still having a backlog, I told you to cover up those through the videos. Say you are covering up perio this week from the videos. Whatever you study today, revise it before tomorrow watching video. Whatever you study in 2 days, revise your notes before watching the third video, and so on. This is very, very, very important. Secondly, first revision means when you are doing solving questions, you have to circle it, put a star, put an arrow, or put anything which identifies that while solving this question, you were not able to solve it in one go. When you are solving questions from app, make note of all the negatives and leftover questions. So when you are actually at a stage of first revision, what you are doing is revising what you are being coming from behind, whatever you are studying. What you are solving questions, you are putting this as the marking part. Okay. Second part of revision comes the biggest challenge from where to start with. I would say just follow the schedule of your institute or your app. Like we are starting with test and discussion after INI-CET. It will be a live test and discussion. Follow that schedule because that schedule will make you cover up all 19 subjects in a stipulated time. Plus, whatever schedule you are getting on daily basis, regular basis, like today we have a daily quiz of this topic. Revise that topic in just 15-20 minutes from your register and attend that daily quiz, solve the 40-50 questions that moment, and you are doing revision with that, right? You have a test lined up, whatever test is announced, revise that content before the test. Do not give any test without revision, except for the mock. Like mock, still I'll tell you a strategy in a different fashion. But if you are attending or giving a subject wise test, suppose you are giving a biochemistry test today, and you know the biochemistry, you have a register of full of notes, revise your notes in 1 or 2 hours and then give the test. You have this privilege of revising now again and again. Take advantage of that, right? Then as during this revision period, whatever questions you have circled initially, just keep on revising those questions. Don't waste time in revising all the questions all over again. Whatever question you did correct in the month of June, July, August, September, you will remember till March also. Okay, so have trust, have faith, this much faith in yourself. This is what is meant by progressive revision. This is what actually the revision means. Okay, this is what the revision will catch hold of you when you are moving with the syllabus. Now comes the last part. Say you are entering second or third revision. I am just circling it the number to just make sure you are dividing it into these stages. First stage is you are reading a subject, you are revising it on daily basis, and you are solving some questions. Second stage is you are revising the subject again from your notes before giving any test or before attempting any quiz like live quiz on our app on daily basis or just attempting any test. Third phase comes when you are actually you are done with all this and now you don't know where to start with. Now is start identifying the topics in each chapter of each subject. Make a logbook. Say open up a chapter, say open up dental materials. You went to a chapter called casting defects, casting procedures and defects. The moment you open up the chapter, you know you are not very sure of the porosities. Just giving you an example. I know my students are very well sure of porosities. Just make sure you revise this nicely. Solve questions of porosities again, maybe from a same question source or maybe little different or maybe from your app. This is what is meant by the last revision or the third revision or maybe the fourth. See, the number doesn't matter. With every revision, the moral is to reduce negatives, gain more confidence, and excel in your subject, in your topic. That is the only purpose. The purpose is not to revise the plethora of information all over again. Be very selective in every approach towards the revision, right? What I'll do is I'll conduct a live session tomorrow. I'll announce time of that on YouTube to let me understand what all problems you are facing in relation to this revision aspect. So let me understand and I will come up with some solution which will benefit you for your exams, right? So this is what is meant by revision, not just cramming the syllabus again for no reason. You have to reduce the source of information, reduce the volume of information with every passing revision stage, right? Last thing, anything extra to be done? Yes, it has to be done, and that is images, along with some graphs, some tables, some charts, which we are also giving you on the groups and all, plus images. We are going to start with image discussion very soon, so keep watching this space for images ka, you can say, marathon, which we are going to announce in a couple of days, and it's going to be a game changer for you. It's going to be something which you have never ever come across in your mindset also, though you have covered all the images during your live classes, but yes, still it needs a lot of brush up. We will be covering all the images relevant for your exam, all the subjects in a fashion you will be able to answer the questions based on those images in a great deal. So not to worry about that, just look out for this space in a couple of days and it is sorted for you, right? So any query, just post it in the comment section of this video so that I can absorb it, try to come up with a solution in the next video, and that is going to boost our energy levels whenever you guys post challenges to us in this format. So thank you again. Keep watching this channel, keep liking, subscribing to the channel if not done. Dr. Amit Lall signing this off. All the best for your revision days for NEET-MDS 2024. Without fear, take a dig at it, start your preparation, cover up your backlogs, cover up your revision formulas, keep on moving, keep on rolling the dice, and it's going to happen, fetching you a government MDS seat in this year only. Thank you. Have a great day.